My mission today is to just do a one-day hike. It's about a 10-hour hike. I got to still go over another ridge and then go all the way down a big crevice. It's real narrow and gets kind of scary. I'm looking for a cave that I found, and I didn't have a sidearm when I was here before, and something about that cave just spooked me. Out of all the caves I've ever gone in, this one just made my body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to go in there right now, but I'm coming back someday. And I talked to some people on YouTube, and I told them, hey, I'm coming out here, you know, because they kind of called my hand on it. So I don't know if there's going to be anything to it, but it might be interesting. If I can find it, I got to relocate it, and this is a big mountain range I'm in, and I'm on foot. You know, my truck's way out there. There's no roads, there's no trails. It's a pretty rough terrain. So hopefully I'll find it. It's shaped like a big M. It's a big cave that looks just like a gigantic M, and it's about as tall as I am and kind of narrow, and it's stuck on the side of a mountain. So I hope I can find it again. And if I do, I'm going in there. I'm gonna put on my light and take my gun out and walk in there, see if I find anything. We'll see. I'm gonna take the camera. Is where I'm gonna be popping out after I go over this. See, there's this little canyon I got to go down. I got to go over this mountain, and then I drop way down this mountain into a canyon, and I head off in that direction. I just go that direction, and that's west, heading towards, that's Mount Charleston, that big mountain out there. That's the Mount Charleston range. And then excuse me, I got flies all over the place. And then so I'll be heading down behind this mountain over here in a little canyon that gets kind of scary because there's all kinds of cliffs and stuff. And then hopefully I'll find that cave. It's like back over there somewhere, but down on the other side of that mountain. And then I got to walk all the way along this whole gigantic range on the outside of that mountain, because I came down this valley. You'll see this valley, but I'll be out there where the desert's flat. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. I'll be way, way, way out there where the desert's flat. And then I got to walk all the way down, all the way back to way out there, and then I got to come back up and find my truck. So it's going to be a long time. The sun might be down by the time I started at 7 o'clock, but I'm thinking the sun might be down by the time I get back to my truck. But the great thing about it is I have a big cooler full of beer waiting for me. It's going to taste so great. Because I didn't bring a whole lot of water, and I only got like one candy bar to get me through, but I like roughing it that way. So I slept up in these mountains, and it's pretty high. I think that's about, it's like 9,000 feet up there, and the camera just doesn't do it justice, but I slept on one of those peaks. I think that's the peak I slept on, and then I came down in the morning, and it took me quite a while to get out of this mountain range, and I walked almost all the way back to the highway, and my girlfriend picked me up. So it was a long trip. I was pretty wore out and beat up, but that's what I do. I'm out here having a good time. So I'm gonna hang it up, and hopefully I'll find that cave. If I find the cave, I'm definitely gonna set up my tripod over here, and I'm gonna go check it out. So you'll see me with my gun in hand and my flashlight, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be freaked out like I was last time. Who knows? There might have been a mountain lion in there, and it was just my sixth sense talking to me. So I'll catch you later. Talk to you in a minute. Bye. Anyway, I'm back. I had to show you this. I'm almost to the ridge that I'm going to be going down, and I came across in early October. I don't normally find these in early October, but when I first started this hike down there's no pine trees, there's no juniper trees, there's barely. Okay, so I'm back. I came down one mountain, I came over a ridge, and I dropped down inside this canyon. Now that's actually behind me. I'm actually going. There's big mountains over there. There's a few caves over there, but that's not where I found it. Out that direction is the direction I'm heading. Down here, I'll walk a little bit. So I'm in another long canyon. This is the second canyon, and I had to go over a small mountain to get to this one and then drop down. And I just got down here, and now this is just going to go all the way down through this whole twisty, windy canyon, and I've got to follow it, and it gets real narrow, and then it starts turning into cliffs and stuff that I got to start climbing down. It gets a little hairy, but I've done it 2 other times, so I know I can get through. And then it just drops down out into the flat desert. All of a sudden, boom, you're out of the mountains and you're on the desert. And then I got to walk the whole range all the way back, and it is a long way. So whew, I'm gonna be worn out, but that beer's gonna taste good. So along here, I'm sure it's further down this canyon, and see, I gotta go past that mountain way out there and then just keep on going. It turns into a real narrow canyon. So this is the kind of terrain I hike over all the time. No trails, no trash, no people. I'm sure there's mountain lions out here, and all kinds of other critters. No bears, obviously, there's no bears out here. And I've never run into a rattlesnake, which is kind of strange. But there's, as you can see, there's no water out here. So, oh, there's look at, there's a bird. Oh, I missed him. He's making noises. I wish I could get a picture of him. So I take photographs of cool stuff. I find fossils and all kinds of stuff. So that's where I came from, way back over there. I had to drop down off of that mountain. And now I got a ways to go down here. So I'm going to turn this off, and if I find the cave, I'll be turning it back on. Bye-bye. Here's a beautiful canyon I'm just now walking past. I just now got past that little mountain, and I got to walk past this canyon and just keep on going. You got to know which canyons to go down, otherwise you get lost up here. I don't bring a compass or anything, but I do have a pocket full of pine nuts. Yeah, I've been collecting them all the way down here, but that goes way up there, and that just goes, that's north, and it just keeps on going all the way to Alamo, Nevada, like 80 miles away. So, ow, I tripped. Okay, off again. Here's the mountain. There's another range I'm walking down. I'll just give you an idea how long it takes to get past these mountains. You know, so I just keep on walking. I'm kind of going down. I'm in a big giant creek bed right now, and I haven't come to the area where the cave is. So it's along here somewhere. This is going to get real narrow way down here when I finally get up to that mountain down there, which is it's a good distance away. When I get to that mountain, I should be in the narrow part of the canyon. It gets so narrow you can almost put your hands on either side of it, on the walls, on the canyon walls. And so I do all of this solo, you know, and it's kind of dangerous, and I try to pretend like I don't have any supplies. You know, I bring water and I bring something to eat, but I haven't eaten anything since I started this hike, and I've only had 2 small gulps of water, so I kind of try to pretend that I'm running out or I don't have it, just so I can see how far I can actually go before I feel like I'm in trouble. That way, if I ever do get in trouble, I know when I know when I should start panicking, how long I have before I'm in trouble. So that's a good idea to do that, you know. If I get real thirsty or I get hungry, I could just always reach into my pack, but I like to ration what I have so I can go long distances. There's some interesting stuff coming up here. Look, see those? Look at that. Kind of right there. That's kind of cool. Alright, I'm going to turn it off and then I'll turn it back on here. Look at that, that's pretty cool right there. Huh. Alright, off with the camera. Well, I'm leaving it in the dust. Oops. And the canyon's getting a little more narrow. It looks like it's blocked off, but you can squeeze. I can squeeze through that. It kind of turns into like an S, but it just keeps on going. And then there's lots of little caves, but they're they're not the kind of cave I'm looking for. The kind of cave I'm looking for is deep, and it's dark, and it's shaped like it's shaped just like the letter M. So lots of little caves and stuff along here, and it's about level with the ground, like in an area like this. So I really got to keep my eyes peeled because I don't want to pass it. You know. And then there's caves like that. Looks like. I'm not going up there. And there's caves. There's actually caves all over the place up here. It's a really cool place. If you want to come spelunking, this is the place to come spelunking, man. Canyons galore. I must have passed 3 canyons already. Here's a little canyon, or a crevice more like it. It goes on up in there. It's kind of cool. I like going up in stuff like that because that's where I find my skulls, you know, off the beaten path. Whew, how cool. Well, I did not find the cave. That is so weird. I mean, I thought for sure I was just going to be able to find it. I remember it being fairly easy. Who knows? But I am at